Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Thank you. My apologies. So this segment is going to be a reoccurring segment where I read from the religious scriptures that was given to the Moorish Americans so that those who are not aware may be aware of what it is that the Moorish Americans are supposed to be studying and applying, okay? Because most people, a lot of Moorish Americans at that, right? They don't read this information, they don't study this information, and so they're out there in the world lost, right? Okay, chapter 2, education of Mary, which is Jesus' mother, and Elizabeth, which is John the Baptist's mother, and their education in the land of Egypt, or Zoan, Egypt. Okay. The son of Herod, Archelaus, reigned in Jerusalem. He was a selfish, cruel king. He put to death all those who did not honor him. He called in council all the wisest men and asked about the infant claimant to his throne. So we're already talking about claimants, claims, right? Heirs to the throne. The council said that John and Jesus both were dead, and then he was satisfied. And so we now see that Jesus and John would have been the heirs to that throne, and he didn't wish for that to happen. Okay. The council said, It says, now Joseph, Mary, and their son were down in Egypt in Zoan, and John was with his mother in the Judean hills. Elihu and Salome sent messengers in haste to find Elizabeth and John. They found them, and they brought them to Zoan. Thanks for the love, you all. Now Mary and Elizabeth were marveling much because of their deliverance. Elihu said, it is not strange for all of my esoterists out there. I wish for you to consider this information the way that we as esoterists or mystics recognize certain information. It says now, Elihu said, it is not strange. Where are we at? There are no happenings law governs all events. So what this is saying immediately, for those who can comprehend, is that there is no such thing as happenstance or coincidence. There are no coincidences in life. Life does not happen to you. It happens for you. Okay? From olden times, it was ordained that you should be with us and in this sacred school be taught. This is the equivalent, comparatively, to like in woman's auxiliary, or what we know in ancient times like the daughters of Isis, or even the Eastern stars, right? This is, or even the, but the Nation of Islam, they have their auxiliary for their women, right? So this is supposed to be raising the women up in order that they know their roles and their positions, and that they're able to bring into the world the children with the minds based on the information that they themselves have obtained. It says, Elihu and Salome took Mary and Elizabeth to the sacred grove nearby where they were wont to teach. Elihu said to Mary and Elizabeth, you may esteem yourselves thrice blessed. For you are chosen mothers of long promised ones. They are 3 times blessed. Why 3? Why 3? The number 3 always talks about, The number 3 is always relative in some way to trust law. The grantor, the trustee, the beneficiary, the mother, the father, the mother, the child, etc. Okay? So, and we just read a moment ago that Jesus and John were supposed to be the heirs to the throne in Jerusalem. Okay. Who are ordained to lay a solid rock, a sure foundation stone, on which the temple of the perfect man shall rest, a temple that shall never be destroyed. Now, what are we talking about here? The temple of perfected man not made by hands of man, but by I'm trying to find the right word. But by mind power, we'll just call it that way. Assertion. This is your temple, okay? And inside your temple dwells man, right? Man equals men equals ment equals mind. So we're going to be understanding that what we're talking about is the development of the mind. Okay? It's a development of the mind. It's not the development of any physical temple. Okay? We measure time by cycle ages. And the gate to every age we deem a milestone in the journey of the race. The race. So we're talking about all of humanity as one race. An age has passed. Just like an age has passed in 2012, we came into the age of Aquarius. The age of Pisces has passed. An age has passed. The gate unto another age flies open at the touch of time. This is the preparation age of the soul. The kingdom, mm, 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 mm. This is the preparation age of soul. The kingdom of Emmanuel, of Allah in man. The kingdom of Allah, of Allah in man. So Allah is being referenced right now as the universal consciousness, not some boogie woogie figure. We're talking about the consciousness within humanity. All right, the kingdom of Emmanuel. Emmanuel means God within us, or the authority within us. Okay? And these, your sons, will be the first to tell the news and teach the gospel of goodwill to men and peace on earth. The gospel is the God's spell, or the authoritative claim in man. So we're talking about your rights. To know it here and to bring it out here is all that you need. You don't need another man or another individual over you telling you what is and what is not, unless you have consented to that authority. So we're talking about the authority within yourself. Okay? And we're talking about goodwill, God's will. Man is the will of God made manifest. Okay? And peace. Peace on earth. Islam on earth, or creditorship in the land. Because Islam in English is peace, and to be let's get even deeper. Equity in commerce. All of these are relative. Equity is in the heart. Equity, for those of you who are not aware, equity can be defined as one's net worth I want to say this right, or let me see. Yeah. That which is due to you. That's what equity is. Equity is what is owed to you. There you go. That's what I was thinking of. From your there we go. Equity is the net worth of one's initial investment. What did you put into it? How much of it belongs to you? What did you put up? What did you put forth? Okay. It says, a mighty work is theirs. For carnal men want not the light. They love the dark. And when the light shines in the dark, they comprehend it not. So light is knowledge. It is the knowledge. Hold on. You don't have to do any studies for today, okay? Well, at least not right now. Okay. It says, a mighty work is theirs. What is carnal men? What is the carnal mind? It is impulse, ignorance, desire, uncontrolled desire. This is the carnal mind. It just does whatever it feels like doing, regardless of its implications, regardless of what may happen. It's carnal men or carnal mind is instant gratification. The carnal man or the carnal mind, it's just instant gratification. It's a desire that, sexual desires. People just want to get in, right? Or get taken in or whatever. Not worried about whether he or she may be sick or not, or maybe without considering that a child may be born, All right. We call these sons revealers of the light. They make things plain. So here's another word. You know what? Auditors. We call these sons the auditors. An audit means that it's going to bring something that was not known into the known. We're talking about audits. So they are going to be the auditors. You must audit. Audit, right? When you go to court and you believe that you are being wrong, you are going under an audit. They are auditing you. And so what must you do? You must audit the auditors to make sure that the books aren't being cooked. And you must teach your sons and set their souls on fire with love. That's called consideration. And holy zeal. And make them conscious of their missions to the sons of men. Teach them that Allah and man are one. We call that a tawheed, unification. In English, this is called atonement. Atonement. And when we look at the word atonement, that's the first principle in the 7 Hermetic principles, that all are one consciousness. So whatever Allah is to you, that is your true self. Whatever authority in your mind that God has, it is in you. Atonement at one mental state. It's a unification. Okay? Teach them that Allah and man are one, but that through carnal thoughts, impulse, right? But through carnal thoughts and words and deeds, man tore himself away from Allah and debased himself. So by not knowing yourself, by not knowing the law, and acting with your words, deeds, and actions outside of the law, you have went from white status, right? Because they're supposed to bring the light, right? You have now fallen and debased yourself to black status, which means ignorant, void of knowledge, unknowing, not recognized. That's all these words mean, okay? Teach that the holy breath would make them one again, restoring harmony and peace. So what does holy mean? Holy means complete, perfected, whole. It means that the terms and conditions are fulfilled. Okay? And the breath means claim. Perfected claim. I have perfected my claim by saying my lower self and my higher self are at one consciousness. The stateless and the state are able to balance out on the scale. We're talking about making claims. How do we know that? In the beginning of this chapter, we see that John and Jesus are claimants to the throne of the son of Herod, Archelaus. And Archelaus did not wish for Jesus and John to make that claim, that they are in law and not out of law. White means in law, lawful. Black means out of law, outlaw. Okay. Now, excuse me. It says, it says that not can make them one but love. That Allah so loved the world that he has clothed his Son in flesh that man may comprehend. So if God is the consciousness, then this is his Son clothed in flesh. It's all you. You are it. Tag, you're it. You are the one, Neil. All right. It says, the only Savior of the world is love. Love is the only Savior. In commerce or in contracting, love is consideration. Right? The golden rule, treat others as you wish to be treated. Put yourself in their shoes and consider. That's what love is. You must be considerate. It's another thing of equity. You must do equity to get equity. You must have clean hands. You must consider. Don't just go with your carnal mind saying, hey, he did this, they did that, like we see in the courts specifically, particularly, right? Do not do that. Consideration, love, that's you. Consideration. Love is the only Savior of the world. The only Savior of the world is love. And Jesus, which means justice, particularly in a court of law, right? It says, and Jesus, son of Mary, Mary is love, comes to manifest that love to men. It says, now love cannot manifest until its way has been prepared, meaning you have to know it. You have to know the procedures in order to intelligently assert them, right? It says, now love cannot manifest until its way has been prepared, and not NAUGHT, which is the mirror image of a thing, and not can rend the rock and bring down lofty hills and fill the valleys up, and thus prepare the way. But purity, what, you know what? Why it means purity. Yep. Purity means God, and God means ruler of the land. This is my land right here. Okay. Marcus Garvey was not a double agent. I'm sorry, but you got to go for that, for disrespecting. Marcus Garvey was not a double agent. We don't, no. Marcus Garvey is John to the Moorish Americans, and Drew Ali is Jesus to the Moorish Americans. So he could not have been a double agent. People start talking like that, we kick him out immediately. Yes, he's in chapter 8, absolutely. Okay. It says, but purity in life men do not comprehend, which we just realized the sister talking about Marcus Garvey, who is purity, right? Is a double agent. She does not comprehend. Whoever that was, they do not comprehend. That's why they've been moved out, right? But purity in life men do not comprehend, and so it too comes in flesh. And you, Elizabeth literally means the house of God. Think of that, okay? Are blessed because yours is purity made flesh. John the Baptist came to tell everyone to prepare the way. Hey, come and learn about. I'm going to show you. I'm going to lay the groundwork for nationalism. But someone who's going to come after me is going to teach you about nationality, about being state citizens, about knowing your two selves. Okay? It says, and you, Elizabeth, are blessed because yours is purity made flesh and shall pave the way for love. This age will comprehend not little of the works. This age will comprehend little of the works of purity and love. Okay? But not a word is lost. For in the book of Allah's remembrance, the Akasha, a registry is made of every thought and word and deed. And when the world is ready to receive, lo, Allah will send a messenger to open the book and copy from its sacred pages all the messages of purity and love. Then every man of earth will read the words of life in the language of his native tongue, in the language of his native land, and men will see the light, walk in the light, and be the light. And I'm going to write this last statement down for you to see. And man again will be at one. Let's see if we can do the focus. Yeah, there we go. And man will again be at one with Allah. At one mental. And let's keep it a whole being. At means L. Because L means God. So A-L and E-L, which are definitive. They're definitive expressions. It means the, right? It means God. This is the consciousness. And so we're learning about the first principle of the Hermetics. That all is mind, right? The universe is all mental and that all is one. Okay? So we are being taught here that we are to come back into the fold of government, right? Through registry. through registration. Through registration and pledging as collateral to be redeemed. Okay? This is, and all right, we were speaking about the light. Man will see the light, walk into the light, and be the light. What is the light? Self-awareness, self-governance, inherent authority. By coming into the light, you are to recognize that you are the authority of your conduct, you yourself, and that you give it away, or you give some of it away when you're contracting, right, in order for there to be a balance. Absolutely. The mother of virtues and harmonies of life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? So what we're learning in this second chapter, just like the first chapter, is that Allah and man are one. That the law of the land and the land itself are indivisible, with liberty and Jesus for all. Okay? For the Moorish Americans and for those who do not consider themselves as such, again, I reveal unto you that this is about trust, estates, wills, and testaments. When you were born, there was a registry made into the public trust. So there's already a trust. And your estate, your estate was registered under the public trust, meaning that it is vulnerable. It's vulnerable. It can be touched. It can be mistreated, right? We know right now, for some of us who are dealing with issues in the court, that they always love to log things in under your public person. This is an estate that has a name, right? But when you come into the gnosis and you make that correct registry through your will and testament, right? That's your affidavit, right? You take this public estate registry, right, which has been registered with the federal public government, statelessness, and you convey it into the private trust of your state. And so now your estate is secured. Now, when they run your information, this information does not pop up because you now know how trusts, estates, wills, and testaments work. You need to take your public estate out of the public trust, which is the federal government that administrates the stateless, the ignorant, those in dark, the carnal, right? And you need to place it into the private trust of your state constitutional government in order to be recognized as a state of mind person and not a stateless federal person. Because the federal person, it's a federal employee. It has no say-so. But when you get yourself into the private, when you take yourself out of the administration of the stateless and you place yourself into the administration of your state, because remember, the state and man are one. Allah and man are one. The Constitution and its constituent members are one. When you take it out of the public and you place it into your private trust, you now have the power to redeem your vast estate. Because now you're under the rules and authorities of your state and not the feds. Now, the federal government or the federal administration of estates has its benefits, if you understand. If me being from Pennsylvania and you being from, say, Texas, get into an altercation and it's in Texas, but I'm from Pennsylvania, right? This is when the federal or the public administration would apply because, what did I say? Did I say Texas? Texas law is different from Pennsylvania law. And so the public or the federal administration has a balance. It has a uniform way of administration. And so we're going to make sure that no one, we're going to make sure that unjust enrichment does not apply for either party. But those are what's the word? Extenuating circumstances, Now, if I'm in Pennsylvania and you're in Pennsylvania, we're going to use that private trust in the state law to handle our issues because we're both in accord. We're both private. Now, if I'm private and you're public, you're going to lose. If we're both in Pennsylvania and you haven't registered and secured yourself, then you're going to be the debtor regardless. You're going to be the debtor because I'm coming in as the creditor. Debits and credits equal out. They equal out. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what this is. Okay, that's why the prophet is. Yes. So when we start learning about trusts, estates, wills, and testaments, right? I'm looking for a particular, there it is over there. When we start taking account, right? When we take up our cross and we hold ourselves accountable and we ask for forgiveness of our sins, what's it called? When we repent for our sins, they cancel out. For those of you, this is the straw man side. This is the public side. Okay, this is the unsecured side of the account, right? This is debits. This is what comes out. This is what goes in. And at the end of the account, when you have taken an account, right, and you have balanced the account, you have perfected the claim. The terms and conditions have now been completed. This is a perfection of yourself. You must make the claim. What claim? That my higher self is protected by my lower self, or excuse me, that my lower self is protected by my higher self. That if I am in the wrong, I must pay up. I must make it right. I must make it right. I must make it I must make things right. I must act in this capacity. If I've done wrong, I must pay up to whoever I owe. All right? You must perfect yourself. Okay? Now, credits and debits are neither good nor bad. Right? This side means that you owe something. This holds property. That's all it does. It holds it. Right? So it owes. It owes. The property that this holds is owned. It owes to the title holder. This side is the side of which one is owed. So what this side owes this side. And they must come together. They must come together. All right? That's the cross, right? The cross is you. You see man on the cross? This is man on the cross. Right? We've even seen this, what? I don't even know who did it, Michelangelo or whatever, right? Right? Something to that effect of man, you know? Right? The 5-point star, right? Because that's not even supposed to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is man. Right? That's what we're looking at here. Right? That's you. That's you. Love is the first principle. Consideration, that's at your right hand. Mind you, the hands correspond with the mind. Your hands are the physical representative of your mental capacity. We stand on truth. That's my right foot. For all you Masons out there with the feet out. Peace. We stand on peace, freedom, and I'm always just. I have my character. I have integrity of character. Right, left to right and right to left. This is your higher self. This is your lower self. Mm. Uh, okay. Uh, uh, right? We have the capacity to act unjustly. This is the carnal mind of man that we were speaking about in that chapter, right? A lot of people operate in fear, which is ignorance, falsehood, because they're standing on their head. Their feet are in the air. There's no solid foundation, right? You've got falsehood, you've got war, or war would just be disunity, not coming together, not considering the peace. Peace is credit. War is the debit, right? And then you are oppressing yourself and others by not standing upright. This is this lower self is the man who cannot think. How do we know he cannot think? The nigga standing on his head. His head is not to the clouds. But mind you, this could also be interpreted in other ways, right? Because good and bad are just polarities. There is really no good or bad. They're just showing a contrast. Mind you, this reality that we see is an illusion. The dual nature is an illusion. In reality, the first principle tells us that all is one. Okay? So it's just two sides of yourself that you're seeing here, right? And you must bring them in harmony. You must bring them up into harmony. Right. Don't let it get to your head. And for all my Shriners, when you're not right, off with your head. Off with your head. This is the sword of justice here. Off with your head. If you're not standing upright, because justice must take its course. These are for the esoterics, the mystics who can see into behind the veil, so that you can see that I also see behind the veil. These are signs and symbols for you all. All right. When Muslims, wrong hand, pardon. This is justice, pardon. All right. We put our hands here and we say peace. Or we say Islam. Love, truth, peace, freedom. And if these things are violated, justice must take its course. This literally means off with your head. It means that if you're not operating the right way, all right, then your thoughts have to be disconnected. Okay? So off with your head means that your lights are out. We're putting your lights out. You're going back into darkness because that's how you're operating. You're not operating in the light. And so we must take that darkness out so that it will not affect the rest. This is like a mold. You got to remove the mold, right? If you've got a whole bunch of strawberries and one's molding, off with that one's head. Take it out so that you can preserve the rest. It just means to disconnect so that the harm can no longer be asserted. No. And again, that could be used in the negative or the positive, depending on the individual who's standing as the ruler or the justice. Because we've got some unjust rulers out here who will off with your head just because. And again, that's in. Let me just read this part real quick, not too much, and because it's treating to that. Verse 1, the son of Herod, Archelaus, reigned in Jerusalem. He was a selfish, cruel king. The king is justice. The king is the master servant. A king is a servant. Don't think that a king is not. A king is a servant. A queen is a servant to their people because they are the ones entrusted, right, with the safety and protection of their people. It says that he put to death all those who did not honor him. Right? He called in council all the wisest men and asked about the infant claimant to his throne. So again, we have people who are unjust and they need to be removed as well. Okay, we're not talking about pyramids at this moment, but thanks for putting that out there. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you talked about the pyramid. In Egypt, the word Mer means pyramid. But the word Mer also means I'm a little teapot. Thank you for bringing that out. I just felt like this was a great time to put that out there as well. Right? So America is the land of myrrh. The land of myrrh. Now, what does pyramid mean? Linguistically, pyra, which can also be pyro, means fire. And then, of course, mid means the middle. It's the sheens, the fire inside. Yes. So, yes, the whole planet is connected. There is an appearance of separation because water is above, but it's all one. And so the teachings in Egypt and other places, right, they went everywhere. Okay. And so you're going to find these pyramids, as well as the lessons here in America, just like you'll find them in Africa, Asia, or Eurasia, Antarctica, and Australia. You will find these things. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Still here today, called the Moroccan Empire. So let me touch on that, right? Just so that we can, get away from, because there's a lot of Moors out there talking about America's Morocco, the Moroccan Empire, and I feel like the niggas don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oops. I saw the fuck that mean, man. Moroccan Empire is just talking about the Moorish estates in America, just like there are Egyptian estates in America, just like there are Syrian, Turkish estates in America, Chinese estates in America, Japanese. It's all in there. It's not, that's what we're talking. An empire is the estates, the dominion, the estates. That's all it's talking about, man. That's all it's talking about. And that's just for those who like to go out there and talk about, yeah, America's Morocco. America is not Morocco. It's not Morocco. As a matter of fact, Morocco is in Indiana. If you want to find Morocco in America, it's in Indiana. Just like America's not Egypt, but you can find the Egyptian estates, and they are also Moorish. All right, you're going. Since you wish to believe that, you can't come here, Crystal. Morocco. America is not Morocco. It's not. It's not. Okay? So you can go ahead with all of that because we don't accept that here. Boom. Get her out of here. America is not Morocco. There are Moroccan estates in America. It was settled by Moorish inhabitants. North Africans, Europeans, and Asians settled the Americas. That's what Noble Drew Ali is teaching. Drew Ali has never taught that America is Morocco or that the Sultan of Morocco is in America. As a matter of fact, when you read the Moorish literature, you will see that Moroccan Empire is used. But also Moroccan Kingdom is used, and they're used synonymously. They're used interchangeably, and there are Moorish Americans out there who want to say, yeah, well, the kingdom is over there, and the empire is over here. They're the same. They are the same. Let me bring this to you. Let me bring this to light to you. So when you open up the Circle 7, right, we're talking about the industrious acts of the Muslims, and I'm going to read it. The industrious acts of the Muslims of the Northwest and Southwest Africa. These are the Moabites, the Hamathites, the Canaanites, who were driven out of the land of Canada, of Canaan, by Joshua, and received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt, down there in Arizona and whatnot, right off of Utah, which is Judea, right? To settle in that portion of Egypt. In later years, they formed themselves kingdoms. These kingdoms are called to this day Morocco. Morocco is a kingdom. Morocco is in Indiana. Tunis, I believe, is in Ontario. Algiers, excuse me. Yeah, Morocco is in Indiana. Algiers is in Canada, Ontario. Tunis is also in Indiana, and Tripoli is in Iowa. For all those weirdos out there talking about America's Morocco, y'all are bugging. Everywhere the Moors went, they didn't name it Morocco. Fuck is y'all talking about? The Moors were in Europe. Is Europe Morocco? No. They got to stop with that bugging shit. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, this was mentioned by the professor. You see what I'm saying? This is mentioned by Drew Ali. This is his work. You see what I'm saying? You know, it really grinds my gears when we have these. I wish that individual would have came on last night when I was inviting all of them incompetents to talk. Right. But anywho, the Moroccan Empire and the Moroccan Kingdom, they're the same. They're the same. There is a Moroccan Kingdom in Africa. There is also a Moroccan Kingdom in America. Now, the Morocco in Africa, that's the whole country. But the Morocco in America, that's the city. Because the kingdom is Indiana. Fucking weirdos, yo. Islam, what's good? What's good? What's good with the folks? Ah, man, 4,000. I appreciate y'all for the love. I'm glad to know that this is that important to y'all, that helpful to y'all. All right? So, let's recap, close it out. We are learning about trusts, estates. There you go. Empire, kingdom, they mean estates. So they really mean your empire is your state, thus New York being the empire state. I do not allow for miseducation to be applied, particularly here on my platform. Noble Drew Ali did not teach about a lot of this stuff that people are out here trying to put out there, right? So then why is New York called the empire? Here, let me bring you up since you spoke it up. Nope. Come on up. Come on up and chop it up with me. The statement is Why don't you come on up? Come on up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your statement, Ma LJG. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Ma LJG. Come on up. Make yourself known. Come on. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Come on. Defend it. Produce your proof if that what you say is truthful. I know Noble Drew Ali didn't teach this. I know that Marcus Garvey didn't teach this, and I know that the ancestors didn't teach this, but I would love for you to come and make. I love to be corrected. Come correct me. Come correct me. Don't hide. Don't hide. All right. I'm going to try to bring up. Look, you don't want to come up? If you don't come up, I'm going to just ban you from the whole thing. Well, come on up. Come on up. Come on. It's already sent. I'll send it again. Come on up.
Greetings. Praise Allah, family.
Islam, I need you to reveal yourself, fam. I need to see who I'm talking to so I can see you in the future.
Islam, more. Give me 1 second.
Islam, more.
Let me see. It says to access, you need to go live as guest. It's not letting me turn my camera on. It says I need to go to live. It says you'll connect using audio only.
All right, well, okay, no problem, bro.
Listen, brother. Well, praise Allah. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to
1 second, beloved, before you go in. To Shannon Brooks, you says I was concerned you kick people for wrong thinking, but you're letting him in. So, yeah. So, Shannon, the reason why is because the individuals who were making their comments, they were coming out of left field, right? We don't do hate here. Right? But this brother, this is my fellow Moorish American brother. Blood is sacred to me. And we're having a difference of opinion, but I'm showing him consideration, the same consideration that was not shown to me by those who I kicked out. Islam. By all means, beloved, continue.
peace. Yes, brother. Well, apparently there's a distinction between the empire and the kingdom.
Can you show me where Noble Drew Ali's literature or Marcus Garvey's literature or any ancient literature that qualifies what you're about to say? Can you show it to me? Show it to us, or explain it to us.
Well, brother, in the questionnaire, the 101s,
Yep.
you can find it in there. Let me see. Let me pull it out here. It says here. Oops. Just give me 1 second. Pardon
Yep.
me for
I'm
that.
reading mine too, brother. Boom, I got mine.
It's a questionnaire for Moorish children, number 32. It says, "Where is the Moroccan Empire?" So, Noble Drew Ali, I don't think he was making a mistake when he said empire, because even if you go back into chapter 45, it's various nations. It's not just. I know we do become a single group, but that's through the empire.
The Moroccan Empire. So what I'm saying is that the word empire means estates.
Absolutely, yes. So it
Okay,
would
so
be
a
like,
state is a state.
yeah. So I mean, the
So
kingdom,
so is
the kingdom.
Morocco is a oh man, our feet keep being cut. Is America Morocco? Is America a state by itself?
No, that's just
Okay.
that's just a. I mean,
Because
it's
we
just
both know that northwest of Maxim, a portion of the east coast of America fits into that. We get that. We know that a meshium or a maxim, it spans, right? Girelli tells us that it spans both sides, both continents, even into the present day Americas, right?
correct.
All right. So we know that there are Moroccan or Moorish estates in America, just like there are Moorish estates in Africa, right?
Yes.
It's not the same. It's just saying that the Moors or those of this nation, right, have established themselves, estates all over the planet, right?
Yes,
All
correct.
right. So
I was
you
just
said kingdom. Kingdom just means one group.
right. So
Well,
when
each
when
state is a group, isn't it?
yes,
So in a state, in an empire, in a kingdom, I mean,
I mean, yeah, you
I
can
get it.
use them
They're all one.
interchangeably. You can
Yes,
you
interchangeably.
you can, but there is like a like legal differences
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to it. And I think it's amazing what the prophet did
Me
because
too.
um, once we all get into our private estate and we incorporate it towards it, to the empire, then that's when what it is. It's the empire, right? So New York, I guess they would call it an empire because it's
Because that was the seat from which the Moroccans from one side and the other side were able to meet on this side.
okay. All right. Well, I don't know too much about that, but I just wanted to point out that there is a very a legal difference between empire, and the prophet used empire,
But he
and
also used kingdom. I just read it in the Industrious Acts of the Muslim.
yes, the kingdoms were
Yes,
for
we have Morocco and Indiana. We have Tunis and Ontario. We have Tripoli in Iowa, and we have Morocco and Tunis in Indiana,
Tripoli.
Algiers in Ontario, and Iowa and Tripoli in Iowa. These are the kingdoms.
Great. Yeah, so that's like a historical context, more what it turned into when they were kicked out, what they had to establish these when these groups were established, they became kingdoms because they were single groups. They
Okay,
weren't, and together.
I can accept that.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, brother. I didn't want to
Islam,
interrupt.
I appreciate you for that, beloved. Indeed. And for the class, you see how people can agree to disagree or consider. Because I was reading chapter 2 of the Circle 7 prior to this here, and I was explaining that we're talking about love being consideration. It's the golden rule. In commerce, consideration is love. So
Okay, peace.
Islam, Islam.
Before I go, brother, what I wanted to ask, what temple you guys are from, or
I'm
you?
new more, brother. I came in. I didn't reach any of this information from the temples.
Oh,
I'm new
Islam.
more, and I'm sticking strictly to Jurali, and the literature teaches me again in chapter 2 that I'm building the kingdom. This is the temple right here. I am it. We
Islamism,
are
yes.
it. So I didn't go to any temples. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Out here, we have the reincarnated temples and a couple of other things, whatnot. If you follow the lineage, what was it? Tyrone Crumbie Bay was out here with one of the prophets' temples that I believe they established in like either 25 or 27. We know that everybody ran against the prophet, and we're trying to take charge of the situation. And so, when the prophet left, because I know that he didn't die, but that's for another time. When he left in July of 29, everybody was out here warring against the police, causing disruption. and our temple out here was bombed. And now we have those brothers and sisters out here thinking that John Gibbons L was the way.
Oh. Hey, well,
Respect.
what my understanding is that if we are um, within these teachings of the prophet, um, we should be under the original body politic.
Yeah, that sounds good, but all of these. All right, so let me just keep it plain and open with you. When Drew Ali left, right, and they hunted down Emily Ill and got the information that way. All of them were out of order. And since Emily Ill didn't pass it on to since Emily Ill didn't pass it on to anybody, they remain out of order. They're out of order. Not only are they out of order in that respect, but they're not teaching people how to do business, commerce. They're just churching up. They're churching the people. Are you
It's,
learning about commerce in your temple? Are there any Moorish businesses associated with your temple that any American citizen could come in and say, "Hey, you know what? I would like to purchase this," even though there's a, we'll say, Italian store of the same accord down the street. We want to come in. Do y'all have that? Because if y'all do not have that, you're out of order. Not you,
Islam.
but your organization is out of order. Because this whole
Islam.
organization was supposed to be teaching us how to operate as creditors.
Islamism. Well, I actually, that's good that you asked, brother. But the temple we're
Simple
at,
yes or no, bro.
we're in order. We're looking to get in order, brother. We actually, I wouldn't say it's me, but I'm just a member, right? I walked up in there.
Yeah, I'm prophet.
Pardon?
I am prophet. Prophet just means president. It doesn't mean any boogie woogie BS. So I'm not saying that I'm Jurali, right?
No, I understand.
I am prophet. I am professor. I am president. I am the
Islamism.
authorized representative of the people. I'm not just a member.
Islam, brother. Well, I mean, if you'd be interested, we actually have
I'm not interested in lining up with any of the MSTAs. They're gonna have to come to me, bro.
oh,
Respectfully. Respectfully.
Islam, brother. Well, just consider because I'm actually here. I'm actually with the actual warranted charter.
Who is the Grand Sheik, if you don't mind me asking, beloved?
Well, our Supreme Grand Governor right now is MURC Bay.
I don't know. Okay, let me ask you this: who is the Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, of the Grand Major?
Oh, that's our honorable Supreme Grand Sheikh Emily L.
No, 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 no. Okay, okay. So you're telling me that right now, no one living, right?
Well, he's not.
I'm just
I mean,
asking, beloved.
Ali is still
Because you
president.
know, you got E. Broswell Bay, you got
No, no,
R.
no, no.
Jones Bay, you got L. Dandridge Ill, you got all of these individuals trying to say that they are right now in that office, and someone should be in that office. But as I was explaining previously, when Drew Ali left, everybody went this way, and so we lost that centralized
I understand what
government.
you're saying, brother, but I'm letting you know that the charter is back out. There's only one charter right now, and it's where I'm at.
Everybody says that. I've heard that. I've spoken to people.
I know. It's probably um. Well, I'm here, brother, and I wanted to thank you for letting me on, and I hope everybody gets this knowledge of self, and we can get together in unity and start
Indeed.
being in business because
I extend my
in
hand to
order.
you, beloved. We will talk again, beloved.
Islam more peace.
Alaikum Islam.
I just want to say I'm in Temple 43 up in Eureka. Islamism.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're there with Hold on. Um. Oh, I can't. So there's a brother in your temple that tried to come out, bent my neck sideways, and
You know what,
I
brother?
will
That
never deal
temple.
with 43, bro.
Yeah, no, the temple is gotten. They've already kicked out a bunch of
Yeah,
troublemakers.
but this brother claims to be an ad Harrison or
He's
I
not there
can't.
anymore, bro. He's
I
not
can't.
there.
I can't recall
He's
the
gone.
brother's name, so I don't want to just throw it
He's
out there and
yeah,
mislead.
brother, he's gone. Right now, none of that nonsense. We're getting an order. We have parliamentary. We're learning, and we're getting all our minutes, everything in order, so we can start running government, brother. And it would be nice for for more Moors to come in. Check it out. Just be a guest. You
I've
know?
already checked out 43, brother. I've checked it out online and I've checked it out. So that not under Dandridge?
No, no. We
Okay, just
are
checking. Just checking.
we are we we're not
We're
under
not
any
under any.
because there's just how you know how you said there's so much confusion right now what they did to the prophet, how the door
Absolutely.
was closed, the charter didn't have any stewards, any trustees, but
Right.
it's active, it's back up, and
Sounds great. Maybe I am acting in the capacity of John the Baptist and calling people to it. But
Islam,
in
listen,
my
brother.
mind, I'm acting in the capacity of Jesus.
Oh, Islam, you know what, brother? Well, we all got to start getting ready for this sooner or later.
Absolutely, beloved. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Islam, brother. Well, peace and love,
It's
and I'm
plan.
gonna
It's
give you a
plan.
follow here, brother, and we'll be in touch.
We got no doubt, brother. No doubt, brother. C and J, whatever that is, right? Why don't you bring your cell phone up? Why don't you bring your cell phone up, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the board while you come on up, right? The question was asked by what I'm imagining is an American Indian. Come on up, know nothing. Come on up. Come on up, know nothing. Come on. He said, "Do y'all really believe that? Do you Moors really believe that? Y'all run our land? Come on up. Don't talk out in the back. Come on up. Come on up, Mister Know Nothing. Come on, please. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. The Know Nothing American Indian political party consists of Euro-Christian nations. Come on up, American Indian or Native American. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. You talk about the Moors don't like to work together. I'm trying to work with you. Come on up. You don't have to be in the comments. You can come right on up and speak your piece. Come on. Don't hide in the comments. Come on. Where you at? Come on. Where you at? Come on. Invitation sent. Come on, by all means, brother. Come on. Come on up. So you can discuss whatever it is that you feel needs to be discussed. You're the one talking about certain people don't want to act, they don't want to work together. I'm trying to work with you. Come on up. Come on. But to answer your question, no. The question is no. We don't believe that this continent is just ours, but we also know that it doesn't just belong to y'all either. Now, you've got some soft-sit Moors out there talking like that, and you must have got me fucked up thinking that I'm one of them. But come on up, brother. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about your political party, the Know Nothings, in the 1855. The American Indians, now known as the Native Americans. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on. Don't be shy. You spoke your piece in the comments. Come on up. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Oh, you're not gonna come up, but you're willing to spew hate in my comments, huh? Absolutely. Y'all are a warlike people anyway. And the true inhabitants of the land are peacemakers. Muslim. Muslim means peacemaker. The great law of peace is the great law of Islam. There are many Great Plains American Indians who say Islam. Oh, you didn't know that I knew. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Where you at? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, well, I guess you don't wish to come up. You just came to talk cracks, so we're going to go ahead and throw you off too. There's no need for you to be here ever again. All right, we're back. All right, so this really has nothing to do with it, but whatever. A true Moorish American, as a matter of fact, let me do it this way. I'm going to read to you all what the Moorish Americans profess according to the one who presented this information, not according to all of the offshoot sects of the movement. The Moorish Science Temple of America was founded by the Prophet Noble Ali. Aside from the fact that it is a legally organized religious corporation, it is building on human needs. To this desirable end in time, legitimate means will be found to dispense charity and provide for the mutual assistance of its members in times of distress, to aid in the improvement of health, and to encourage the ownership of better homes, to find employment for our members, to teach those fundamental principles which are desired for our civilization, such as obedience to law, respect and loyalty to government, tolerance, and unity. It is most earnestly hoped that the Moorish Science Temple of America will not in any way be confused with any Back to Africa movement. Such is not important insofar as American citizens of our group colonizing Africa are concerned. We of the Moorish Science Temple of America, like countless other American citizens, know that we must live together here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill, whatever our race and creed may be. It is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems at this time, that we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. So I'm going to just stop right there. Drew Ali is saying that the only difference between the Moorish Americans and other Americans is that we foster the religion of Islam. So in all other aspects, we see ourselves as equal to everybody else. We're not out here talking about this is our land and you got to get out of here. We're not. True Moorish Americans know that. Okay? That's for all of you watching. You know what I'm saying? So peace and love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to clock out. If no one desires to come up and speak, I'll give you about 2 minutes or so. If anyone has anything to say, grand the more. Assalamu alaikum. If I don't see any indicator that anyone desires to come up, then I'm going to go ahead and close out. All right. Allah, Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Jur'ali Amin. Allahu Akbar. Y'all take care.